Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction. In the last video, I touched on Star Trek Expeditions. It's a cooperative board game for 1 to 4 players. If you're interested in learning about that game, I highly recommend checking out that video on my YouTube channel. This video was just to briefly touch on the expansion set that you can purchase separately with that game. Let's just take a quick moment to look at it and see what all comes with it. The main sticking point is that this expansion increases the maximum number of players from 4 to 5. So if you own the core game, you could only play up to 4 players. If you own the expansion, you can play up to 5 players. The expansion itself comes with 3 characters. You've got Ensign Chekhov, Lieutenant Sulu, and Montgomery Scott. And like Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and Uhura, they each have a unique character card and a special action that they can perform. Ensign Chekhov, for example, favors the analysis and transportation traits, and for his special action, can transfer a discovery token between you and another player, no matter where they happen to be. So instead of having to be on the same space, Chekhov can, swap out discovery tokens and possibly help someone else out that may need them. Lieutenant Sulu favors the combat and stealth abilities, and he can copy a skill from another character that happens to be on the same location as him. So let's say that he and Spock were on the same spot and Sulu was about to attempt a mission. But let's say that mission had a trait that would give him a bonus, but Sulu didn't have it. So he could borrow one of Spock's, for example, and if Spock had the trait that the mission required, he could borrow Spock's trait, add it to his own just temporarily, and that'll give him a bonus when he's trying to complete that mission. So that's pretty useful. And Montgomery Scott, lastly, he is the engineering and transportation specialist, and for his action, he can beam up or beam down someone else to and from another location. Now, since you're only limited to one beam action per turn, if Scotty were to use this action on his turn and beam someone else around, he couldn't then beam himself somewhere. So that's something to keep in mind. And there you have it. That's just a very brief look at the expansion set. It certainly adds a little bit more flavor to the base game. With 3 new characters, you'll obviously switch up your tactics a bit because they contain different specialties and actions that may be useful in different situations. So definitely check this out if you like the core game. You can check out my review of the core game by clicking on the link below, or just by visiting my website at www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and live long and prosper.